Right now at noon, MSSU's Mays Student Life Center building temporarily closes after an SUV crashes into it.
We've got ourselves a sunny and warm day across the area. It doesn't look nearly that green outside, but we're still watching the possibility for some pop-up thunderstorms this afternoon. Well, the latest in your forecast coming up.
And new information could mean more legal trouble for former President Donald Trump.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
MSSU's Mace Student Life Center building temporarily closes after an SUV crashes into it. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Carrie Worthen. The crash happened just before 11 a.m. Wednesday when a motorcycle and SUV collided at Newman Road and Duquesne Road. After the crash, the SUV then continued and crashed into the Mace Student Life Center at MSSU. Both the motorcyclist and SUV driver were taken into the hospital. Authorities say they were both able to communicate when taken off the scene. No word yet on the severity of the injuries. Joplin Fire Department is alerted to a tractor-trailer crash about 4:15 a.m. along I-44 at mile marker 1.4. 2 people have been transported to area hospitals, driver and passenger. Their conditions are unknown at this time. One lane of traffic westbound into Oklahoma was blocked. That caused a significant traffic delay. This is developing story, and we'll have more on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, as more details are revealed. Authorities recover a body of a Cassville, Missouri physician who've been missing for more than a week. A kayaker found the body of a Northwest Arkansas Beaver Lake. Dr. John Forsyth disappeared on May 21st after his ER shift at Mercy Hospital in Cassville. The Benton County, Arkansas Sheriff's Office says Forsyth apparently died from a gunshot wound. Witnesses say the weekend was busy at the lake and the body was found yesterday in a popular swimming cove, leaving more questions than answers. The Oklahoma Supreme Court rules 2 laws further limiting abortions in the state are unconstitutional. One of those laws prohibits abortions after a heartbeat is detected, and the other bans abortions in most cases. The court found those laws conflict with previous decisions, one of which found a pregnant woman has an inherent right to end a pregnancy when her life is in danger. Governor Kevin Stitt says he, quote, wholeheartedly disagrees with Oklahoma Supreme Court's use of activism to create a right to an abortion in Oklahoma, end quote. Now we'll go to Chris Warner with the first look at your forecast.
Now, we've had a sunny and warm day out there across the area, and it's going to continue to warm just a bit. Got some partly cloudy skies now. Looking at the MoDOT camera, 32nd in range line. You can see a few of those clouds, and we had a few clouds passing over the KDOT camera at 69,400. In fact, there goes one now. You can track the shadow as it kind of blocks out a little bit of the sun. Yesterday started out at 65, made it up to 86, so above our averages, but not anywhere near records at this point, which is good news. And we're quite mild across the area. If you look way out to the west where it's been raining all day, it is considerably cooler. But here at home, 84 Chanute, Pittsburgh, 85 Joplin, 84 Carthage, Miami, Oswego. We got a lot of mid-80s or near mid-80s out there, and it's going to continue to warm a little bit because we're getting a bit more sunshine today than what we've had the last couple of days as well. We still have the possibility of some isolated pop-up storms. We're going to talk about those chances here in just a few more minutes, and we have better storm chances, at least for some of us, as we head into Saturday afternoon. And of course, the temperatures continuing to remain warm, and they will continue to warm over the next couple of days. So don't forget though, especially with pop-up thunderstorms, since they can happen kind of anywhere at any time, make sure you scan that QR code or go to your favorite app store and download the KOAM Skywatch weather app. That way you've got the latest radar and alerts right there in the palm of your hand in case you've got anything going on outdoors during these pop-up storm chances. We'll take a look at that full forecast and Saturday's rain here in just a few more minutes. Carrie?
Thanks, Chris. The Missouri Department of Conservation proposes a price hike for most fishing and hunting licenses. The proposal comes after 20 years of keeping the prices same. MDC officials say most resident permits prices would increase by about $1, but non-resident prices would climb up more. They say prices would still be affordable compared to other states and is needed to maintain programs and services.
Currently, resident hunting and fishing permits are $19, and we're proposing increasing them to $20.50. Still a relatively low cost for recreating in Missouri compared to many other states throughout the country.
Residents are able to leave comments from July 4th through August 2nd. You can find more information about the permit price proposals on our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. New information confirmed by CBS News and first reported by CNN could mean more legal trouble for former President Donald Trump. He was recorded talking about a classified document that kept him after leaving the White House. Dozens of papers marked classified were seized from his Florida home last year. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge is at the Justice Department.
Two sources familiar with the matter tell CBS News the audio tape is from a meeting 2 years ago at former President Trump's New Jersey golf club, more than a year before federal investigators searched his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida and seized records marked classified. The existence of the tape was first reported by CNN. Two sources say the recording captures Trump acknowledging there are national security restrictions on the Pentagon memo that detailed potential plans to attack Iran. One source said that Trump stated he should have declassified the record before leaving the White House, apparently contradicting recent claims at a CNN town hall.
I have no classified documents. And by the way, they become automatically declassified when I took them.
In his autobiography, Trump's former chief of staff, Mark Meadows, appears to describe the New Jersey meeting, where Trump recalls a 4-page report that contained a plan to attack Iran, deploying massive numbers of troops.
He possessed the classified document, and he had the intent to possess that.
Scott Frederickson is a former federal prosecutor.
This is a huge piece of evidence for the special counsel. It'll be highly influential in the decision of whether or not to indict the former president. And certainly, if there were to be a trial, this would be mighty powerful evidence, a tape recording of the president himself.
In an interview on CNN, Trump attorney Jim Trusty did not dispute the facts of the reporting, but accused the FBI and Justice Department of a leak campaign. The special counsel declined to comment, but there are indications that his investigation into Trump's handling of classified information may be in its final stages. Catherine here at CBS News, Washington.
The audio tape is now part of a special counsel Jack Smith's criminal investigation, and sources tell the CBS News it has been the focus of recent grand jury testimony in Washington. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes. Coming up on the KOAM News at noon, smoking rates are falling across the U.S., but it's estimated about 11% of adults are still light up overseas. Sweden is close to becoming Europe's first smoke-free country. And later, we're making a vegetable couscous in the Mr. Food Test kitchen. Smoking rates are falling across the U.S., but it's estimated about 11% of adults still light up. Overseas, Sweden is close to becoming Europe's first smoke-free country. CBS's Ian Lee reports from London.
It's getting pretty lonely for Swedish smokers like Paul Monha.
I aim to stop at some point, maybe not today. Perhaps tomorrow.
The country is on the verge of declaring itself smoke-free. That's when less than 5% of Swedes smoke daily.
No, I do not smoke. And why? I don't know. I just never started.
And I don't like the smell. I want to take care of my body. So no, it has never been an interest for me.
But it's not just healthy living that's snuffing out smoking.
You are not allowed to smoke inside or even at outdoor terraces, on restaurants and pubs. No public places like platforms.
The country also has a smokeless secret, kind of like chewing tobacco.
Snus is a smokeless tobacco product made of tobacco, salt and water, and some flavors to it.
And snus usage is slowly on the rise.
It's part of the Swedish culture. It's like the Swedish equivalent of Italian Parma ham or any other cultural habit.
Health experts say while it's important to offer smokers less harmful alternatives, the goal remains the same.
We have to have not only a smoke-free, but a tobacco-free and nicotine-free society.
A place where the only thing in the air is the smell of summer. Ian Lee, CBS News.
Canada is also trying to slash its smoking rates. This summer, it will become the first country in the world to put warning labels on individual cigarettes with messages like poison in every puff. Still to come on KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
If your side dishes are getting a bit boring, then just wait until you see what new go-along we have for you today.
But first, we're still watching the possibility of some additional pop-up storms this afternoon and this evening. We'll take a look at your forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So we've still got the possibilities of some pop-up thunderstorms this afternoon and this evening across the area. But like this morning, there's still some disagreements on exactly what's going to pan out. So the best way to find out for sure is to take a look at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, because it'll tell us exactly what's happening. Regardless of what the computers or forecast data may think is going to happen, it shows us what is happening. And honestly, within the last 15-20 minutes, had a couple of pop-up storms out here in southwest Missouri. Still watching this activity out west. This stuff has really not moved much. It's almost moving south to north right along the 35 corridor, and it's kept temperatures cool. It's brought some much needed rain out there, but now we're starting to see a little development take place ahead of it, and that could be what triggers some additional scattered thunderstorm activity across parts of southeast Kansas as we head into the next 2 or 3 hours. So something we will keep an eye on. And actually, we can move this over. Take a look just to the northeast of Nevada now. This little guy's popped up in the last couple of sweeps. So we are still looking at those pop-up thunderstorms. They're still expected to be more isolated today than what we've seen the last few days, but nevertheless, some rain showers are possible once again as we go through the afternoon and into the evening hours. And of course, the pop-up storms, their life is dependent on daytime heating, so once the sun goes down, they go down as well. We're going to see this return to us tomorrow afternoon with some isolated afternoon pop-up thunderstorms. Again, you can see these are a bit more isolated than what we've seen lately. But then our best chances for rain, this is where it gets a little more exciting, especially for the drought-stricken folks in southeast Kansas, comes as we head into Saturday afternoon. It starts off with maybe a couple of pop-up storms for some of us, and then we get this back-building activity across southeast Kansas. Now, it's not expected to go much further to the east than southeast Kansas and parts of northeast Oklahoma, but you can see it's a little more organized shower and thunderstorm activity, and the best part is we're not anticipating any strong or severe storms at this point with this activity. We don't need that. We just need that rain, and by Saturday, at least some of us are going to get that. Partly cloudy skies, as we can see on the MoDOT camera at 32nd and range line, because there's the sun that's not being blocked by a cloud, and here is where it's being blocked by a cloud. KOAM TV studios right outside here, partly cloudy skies. It's looking pretty good, and it is pretty darn warm, and we're getting that same effect here on the KDOT camera at 69 and 400. Got some passing clouds out there, some sunshine back behind, and this is a broader view of those partly cloudy skies from 7th and range line in Joplin. It is not a bad day otherwise, but it is quite warm. We're sitting at 85 in Joplin. Humidity's down a bit, but dew point's still up there. Now it's 61, so a little bit of a mugginess in the air. As we head into Pittsburgh, partly cloudy skies sitting at 83, a little higher humidity, a little higher dew point, giving us a 1-degree heat index of 84. Those green colors, that's where the rain's kept the temperatures down to the west, but here, not so much. We got 85 Nevada, 84 in Chanute, 83 Parsons, 84 Chautauqua, Miami, and 83 in Neosho. As we go through the rest of our day, still looking at those highs, pushing upper 80s, maybe even near 90 for some of us. Watching those pop-up storm chances as we head into the afternoon. Another mild evening for us, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies, back into the low to or mid to upper 60s. We head into tomorrow, got the isolated storm chances, otherwise another very warm day across the area as temperatures once again push the upper 80s. Could be near 90 by Saturday. Then we've got those better thunderstorm chances, and we'll hold on to pop-up thunderstorm chances all the way through Tuesday. Temperatures hanging out in the mid 80s. Then by the time we get to the middle of next week, some partly cloudy skies, still mid 80s, and by next Saturday a bit cooler, if you can call it that, down to about 80, but the pop-up storm chances return. So what we really need is just a good system with actual organized rain to roll through the area, because we really need that. But at least with the pop-up storms, at least some areas are getting some of that much needed rain.
Which means some people's gardens are getting much needed rain.
Absolutely.
And then their vegetables can grow.
Absolutely. So the more much needed rain we can get, the better.
Yes. And then when your vegetables grow, then you can put it in something, I don't know, like couscous, which we're going to find out how to make next in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. A dish that can be made so many different ways, from adding meats, fruits, or even vegetables. And Howard is going to show us how to make a vegetable couscous in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Over the years, we've done all sorts of segments that feature couscous. And it's really exciting to see how so many of you have fallen in love with this Moroccan favorite. I guess what makes it so darn popular is that it's so versatile. So here's a way that's perfect for summer since it's fresh tasting and can be served hot or chilled. To get things going, we heat some olive oil in a soup pot and add a chopped onion. Once it's golden, we add chicken broth, a bag of frozen mixed veggies that we've thawed, a chopped tomato, some fresh dill, and a bit of garlic powder and salt. After this comes to a boil, we slowly stir in a box of couscous. We'll cover it and take it off the heat, then let it stand for a few minutes. When it's light and fluffy, it's ready to be served right out of the pot. Or you can let it chill and serve it as a novel replacement to a traditional pasta salad. Either way, hot or cold, it's a colorful addition to any table, any time of the year. Maybe try serving it stuffed in a pita for a fun change of pace. To get the simplest can be recipe for vegetable couscous, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a veggie-packed way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
You can find this recipe along with a lot more good food from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen online. Just go to our website at KOAMnewsnow.com. Now here's a look at our 4-state market prices.
We've still got those chances of pop-up storms this afternoon into this evening. Same with tomorrow, pushing near 90 by Saturday. Better storm chances in southeast Kansas Saturday. More pop-up storms through Tuesday. Temperatures remaining warm in the mid-80s.
So hopefully we'll get some, like you said, regular rain for...
It'd be nice to get some kind of actual sustained rainfall for some areas.
Farmers in particular, gardeners, they need it.
All right, Dad, what we have come up at 5?
Well, at 5, brain aneurysms can be hidden and fatal. We all fill out family history and visiting the doctor. There's one question that doctors should always be asking that could save lives. Plus, we're going to meet Jeremy, the inspiration behind a golf course in Lamar, Missouri. And we'll be live from Galena Days, where the festival is packed with live music, carnival rides, and lots of giveaways. Hope you join us for those stories. A lot more, of course. It's all coming up today on KOAM News at 5.
Thanks for joining us for the KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.